has, I'm afraid. My reading of the situation is the Sue Gray report wasn't published in full. So once again, we're having to wait for a police report, which could then be months away. We're back in this holding pattern, waiting for another announcement with the prospect of a steady drip of stories, as we've seen in the press today, which will dominate the news cycle. And this is just horrible for all MPs to continuously have to defend this to the British public. Now, the government's acknowledged the need for fundamental change, culture, makeup, discipline, the tone of Number 10. But the strategy has been one, it seems, of survival, of rushed policy announcements like the Navy taking over the migrant channel crossings and attacking this week, Keir Starmer with Jimmy Savile. I mean, who advised the Prime Minister to say this? We're better than this. We must seek to improve our standards and not and rise above where we are today. We've had lots of reminders, of course, of why we've got Boris to thank. Brexit impasse, he solved that. Resolute election winning, yes. Phenomenal vaccine rollout, absolutely right. But it's not the previous battles that matter. It's the domestic and international ones ahead of us that count. And the question now is for all of us, is the Prime Minister the best person to lead the party moving forward? We've been waiting weeks for this report. This time period could have been wisely used to prepare, to produce, to publish his plans to overhaul Number 10. How will the government HQ improve its leadership, its communications, its discipline, its policy formation to advise the Prime Minister? But we haven't seen any of that. I don't think the Prime Minister realizes how worried colleagues are in every corner of the party, backbenchers and ministers alike, that this is all only going one way and will invariably slide towards a very ugly place. I believe it's time for the Prime Minister to take a grip of this. He himself should call a vote of confidence rather than waiting for the inevitable 54 letters to be eventually submitted. It's time to resolve this completely so the party can get back to governing. And yes, I know the next question you'll ask, I will be submitting my letter today to the 1922 committee.
You can beat me to it, Mr. Ellwood. So that's it. He no longer enjoys your support.
He does not. And I'm very sad to put this here. This is a community that we're here. We are professionals, parliamentarians, some of us part of government. But ultimately, we have to recognise what is in the best interest of the country, acknowledging where the Prime Minister has got us to today with his enormous successes. But the challenges ahead of us are huge. And at the moment, we're being completely distracted by these events with no sight of them being concluded.